this is very important when you're in any type of dialogue or you're reading anything, is you've got to understand the space that they're using to enroll you. And I have an example where someone says, there's two young novitiates and they go to the Monsignor and one of them says, "Can I smoke while I'm praying?" The other one comes up to the Monsignor and says, "Is it okay if I pray while I'm smoking?" Now, both of those are doing the exact same thing, but one frames it as the primary attribute being, can I pray while I'm smoking? That is opening up. But to smoke while you're praying, it's the opposite. So you got to understand that how things are framed is absolutely essential if you want to have success. And people frame you all the time. And that framing is critical. You got to understand the frame they're putting on it. And if you don't, I mean, we have here now, they call it Homeland Security. It's not the War Department, it's not the Defense Department, it's not all of that stuff. It's all, Homeland Security sounds like we're protecting our homeland. That's a very different thing. The whole idea of peace versus war, if it's framed as a war metaphor or if it's framed as a peace metaphor. So when people give you their frame, you have a choice right away. Do you buy it or you don't buy it? If you don't buy it, then the whole argument falls. So and the very first question I want to do is when I hear somebody conversation with somebody, they say life is tough. Okay, that's their frame. They're going to give me how hard life is. If I say life is abundant, that's going to give you a whole different frame. Now it's the exact same thing, but you're holding it very differently. And the consequences and conclusions you're going to draw from one frame to the other is huge. And so when people get into any type of business, like for instance, the frame that one guy in a recent book wrote was about a thing called entropy. Entropy is when things gradually dissipate. And we know from Fuller and other people that entropy is complemented by syntropy. So if you're going to focus on entropy, the disorder, random disorder, that is going to give you a very different look than the other side of that, which is syntropy. Things are coming together and making things better. So sooner or later, studying these issues, and again, entropy and syntropy are basically two sides of the same coin. And so you have to look at it. So that is important that you study the person's frame. Whenever anyone talks to you, the first question you want to ask yourself is, what is their frame? Do I buy that frame? If I don't buy that frame, then what they're about to say is going to be a waste of time. It's probably best to ask them the same question I said before is, how did you come to that conclusion? And then they're going to get into this and you're going to see the framing is critical to how you succeed. First question always, how are they framing this? You buy their frame, you're in trouble or you're in agreement. That's how it works. So look at that as the very first thing. Once you get past the good and gotten, you obviously have to know and feel where they are first. They're not going to, and then what is their frame? These are the things that people don't talk about, but are absolutely critical if you're going to succeed. I learned from Bucky a long time ago that the bigger the picture, the more accurate your prediction. There's nothing in a caterpillar, if you just study a caterpillar, will ever tell you about scenario butterfly. So my entire life, I'm working as much as I can to be a comprehensivist. That is interested in everything, so I can make better choices, better decisions, and have a better perspective. What can I do for you?